This is Served with me, Andy Roddick. Please hit subscribe. We drop new episodes every week. Another story of this tournament, past the long matches and kind of just the craziness and the chaos that felt like it was ever present during the first 9 days. There was a youth movement in a big way. And obviously the biggest, kind of bearer of that youth movement ended up winning the tournament on the women's side. Mirra Andreeva, it felt inevitable at some point. I don't know that a lot of people had her on like the first 3 or 4 favorites for this tournament, maybe in that second pack, JW, but she was dominant for this, especially during the second week of this event. What did you see from her?
I saw a 19-year-old veteran.
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah.
She was poised. I give you a lot of credit for this. I like 18 months ago, you texted us, and I couldn't tell if you were being sarcastic or not. We were like, she's bomb, and that serve as a cannon.
Serves good.
I'm like, Mirra Andreeva does a lot of things great, and she anticipates, and she's very clever. But I never. And then her serve. Go look at her serve stats from this tournament. I'm always a little weird. I'm always a little ambivalent about coaching. It's the players out there. It's their ass on the line. They're the ones hitting. But I do think like Conchita Martinez should come in for a round of applause. But I thought Mirra Andreeva kept it together. Some of these fits of peak, these sort of, not atypical for a 19-year-old, but that have crept into her game in the last year, nowhere to be seen. She won the matches she had to win. She's very comfortable on clay. She was poised. She was, it was an absolute banner 2 weeks for her as well. And again, very different circumstances from Zverev, but there was a sense, Prakash and I talked to her mid-tournament, and she's basically like, finally, let's see if I can finally get one of these. So you get the feeling, I'm like, dude, you're 19 years old. I think she was getting a little impatient. And I just thought she was terrific. I mean, imagine going to we think of pressure as 4-all in the final set. Pressure is also being an overwhelming favorite, 100 plus ranking points higher than your opponent to win a major. And she kept it together. She never let said opponent, who we should probably discuss as well, into the match.
Yeah.
She was terrific. I thought Andreeva was just A plus. And if Conchita Martinez, gets a tip of the cap, I wouldn't object to that either.
Yeah. One of the things that I'm excited to see, Andreeva was no notes. She went through, only got better as the tournament went on. Regrouped after Indian Wells, Miami. That was a bit of a dumpster fire for her. Went to the clay, started going to work, had a win early in the clay court season, and put up results pretty much the whole way. One of the things that I'm most impressed with is her ownership of different facets of the game already. Right, we talked about her serve 2 years ago as a liability. I watched that. I remember exactly when I was kind of like, oh shit, she can serve well. Was in the Middle East run where she won in 25 before she won Indian Wells. And she was getting through service. She would have service games where she would click through them, those 5-point service games. She was clicking through them pretty well. But her ability to switch up ball flights, right? She plays Falinska and, she hits lobs and she's happy going and hitting lobs back. And then once one's short, she has the toolkit to take your head off too. Right? She can come in, she can hit drop shots. She moves. Her physicality in the last 2 years, I dare you to Google her 2 years ago versus now. She is strong, like shoulder strong, leg strong, base strong. You felt like you were watching, when there's an animal is going to be very strong, but they're like still in their infancy, like a giraffe or something, where they're kind of a little weak and they haven't gotten there yet. That was a couple of years ago. She's a bull in the best way right now. Like she is very physical, can play different types of games. Those options are going to serve her well in the future, and they already are when she's not playing great, right? When she's not playing great, she's not going through someone. Oh, I can go into defense mode and mix up shots until I find my groove again. She's going to be able to strategize for different matchups, which she did in this tournament. I think she's only going to get better. She doesn't rely on just overpowering someone. So if it's not working, then there's no plan B. She has plan B, C, and D. Like it's a amazingly well-rounded game before you get to the fact that she's 19 years old.
Remember, you old enough to remember when people said, this sport has gotten so physical, we have seen our last teenage major champion?
I wondered it, by the way. I wondered it out loud. Very, very, very audibly. I was one of those.
This is all in the spirit of, this is all in service of healthy growth. But yeah, great tournament for the, we can talk about Fonseca. We can talk about Hodar. We can talk about how they endured best of 5 matches. We can talk about, remember our guy, I'll give you one. I'll give you two fun notes. One of them, he was younger than the junior champion.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who was younger than the junior champion?
Kwame.
Oh, yeah.
And also the how
Brazilian
cool is this kid? Guto Miguel. Man, Brazil is like the new Italy. I mean, go look at the junior draw in boys and girls. There are a lot of good players from Brazil, but this kid from Brazil is going to be a star. Guto Miguel. Like really smooth, powerful, handsome guy. So I'm hearing my moles tell me he would like to just be known as Guto, like Neymar or Ronaldo.
Like Seal?
The ATP.
Done.
Like Seal?
Exactly.
Like one name?
How
like
cool.
Serena?
Keep winning. Keep
Seal,
winning, bro.
Like
McLovin?
Like all the
greats?
How I think that the ATP's got to figure out what to do with that on scoreboards, but I'm all for it. We need a Neymar. We need a single name tennis player. Guto, remember the name. He was great, but it's I don't know. I mean, I'm curious. We don't have to go here now in a rap show, but I'm curious what you attribute this to. All we hear is this sport's getting harder and harder. It's more physical, the technology, and yet we have this influx of teenagers. And they also, like you were talking about Andreeva, they don't play like knucklehead teenagers who just go out there with live arms and pop balls. There's actually some, including Kwame. I mean, like I said, he had more drop shot winners than aces for like a big strapping 16-year-old. And they also endured best of 5 matches. So I don't know if you have a quick and easy answer, but it seems like we're reversing our age trends here.
Yeah, I wish I did. I was one of them. That was, with as physical as the game's getting, are we going to see 18-year-olds, win majors now? Now, I will say there's a difference between Andreeva winning at 19 and Hingis winning at 16. I think there's a lot of space between those two, but it's pretty exciting. Like, it's not even just young players that are doing well. It's young players that have irrefutable star power. Like, you see Fonseca take a swing at a forehand, you're like, Jesus, that's absurd. I mean, Kwame looked like he was totally comfortable in his home slam.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was eating up the crowd.
But
also, loved it.
You also have like a group that, if you've been watching Roger, Rafa, Sinner, there's like a weird lack of ego, but without giving up any confidence. Mm-hmm. Right? There's like you feel like like Andreeva lost it in Indian Wells, got criticism. As I do, I kind of laugh when people just snap. But you didn't see a hint of it at the French Open. So it seems like this younger generation, listen, do they make mistakes? Yes. Did I think for a second in that final that Andreeva was going to like let it slip and like Indian Wells it? No, I didn't. She'll do it again at some point, and everyone will be like, she hasn't learned anything. I'm like, well, not really. She kind of snuck into Roland Garros when she didn't do it in between. I think these young players have the ability to make the space between mistakes larger.
Well, I mean, we shouldn't forget about the teenage women. There's Mboko and Iva Jović.
Amazing.
They have the same kind of makeup, right? Like we've interviewed both of them.
Yala.
And you leave, and you're like, oh my,
they're grown-ups.
Why are they so much more mature than us?
Yeah.
And it's just, I think there's something to maybe this generation being eyes wide open about what the expectation is all around.
Yeah.
And embracing it early.
I don't have like an obvious explanation for it, but I'm here for it.
Yeah.
I think, and I also think it's weird that we're getting to the point where it's like, that next generation behind Sinner and Alcaraz, I'm like, man, time doesn't stop for anyone, does it?
Yeah.
Like we've already skipped to that portion of the show, but I think the young groups finished with Andreeva. I mean, it was just like, it's just exciting.